Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be sharing with you today my 2023 bullet journal flip through. It has been a crazy year. A lot has happened and it's been a great year, and I'm really excited to share all the bullet journaling I've done with you guys this year. I actually didn't start posting Plan With Me's until March of this year, so January and February are going to be brand new, never seen before themes on my channel. In 2023, I used two different journals, one for each half of the year. So you're going to see the first 6 months in this journal and then the next 6 months in this one. So let's get right to it, and I would love to know in the comments which theme was your favorite. Please do grab a hot beverage, get cozy, and today we're going to be flipping through every single page that I bullet journaled in 2023. This one was my very first one ever, and this one actually was given to me by my boyfriend. He used to work at a stationery company and he just happened to have this notebook lying around, so he gave this one to me, and this was the notebook that got me started with bullet journaling. For the month of January, I did this super fun fireworks and like skyscraper cityscape theme, and I think if I just did fireworks, I would have gotten bored of that pretty quickly. So this was a great way to make it a little bit more fun to draw. So then here I have the habit tracker and goals page. Okay, this font, really all I can see is the Heineken logo. I don't know if you guys see that. Maybe it's the star here. I don't know what possessed me to draw that, but that kind of drove me crazy in January. I forgot about that until now. I guess looking back, it's kind of interesting. One of my goals was to become more flexible. That was a big fail. I really dropped the ball on that one and I didn't stretch at all. I did get a new job this year and I did grow my YouTube channel, so I guess I did pretty well this year. On this next page, I had the calendar spread, and I had a few boxes, kind of areas to do some planning in. I had fitness plan, travel prep, and recipe ideas. I think this spread is really awesome. I love the yellow that I've used, the yellow and orange, and I love this on the bottom. I also used to be obsessed with this layout, the kind of skinny vertical days, and it's not the most practical, which I always knew because you can see it's very skinny, you can't write very many things in one line, but I loved leaving this open space for just a panel of artwork. I forgot how much I like it. This was the last page of January. I think I would give this theme an 8. Overall, it was a pretty strong theme and a really good start to the year. On to February now. This was a theme directly inspired by Amanda Rach Lee's February theme, but I got inspired by the cherry blossoms that she drew in her theme, so kind of recreated them here. This calendar page is so beautiful, maybe one of the coolest ever calendar pages I've seen. I copied it directly from Amanda Rach Lee's setup, so I can't take any credit at all for this. I do have to laugh now looking back at my goals. Oh my gosh, my goal was to reach 50 subs on my YouTube channel. Wow, I'm filming this video not quite at the end of 2023, and I've already surpassed 2,000. So looking back, this is kind of crazy that I was just trying to reach 50 at the end of February. I also made this trip timeline. I think the idea is cool. I think I didn't do it, my execution wasn't great, but yeah, it was quite fun to do this page. I remember this was the week that I lost my retainer at a restaurant. They threw it in the garbage when they cleaned the table, and I had to go back and look through their garbage. I don't know why I'm having such a memory of that, but looking at this spread is reminding me of that. At this point in February, I'm in Vietnam, but I wasn't using my journal as much while traveling. I just didn't really need it, and also I was just so busy, and it's hard to find a quiet, good place, especially because I was just backpacking and hosteling. Overall, I think this setup was, I would rate it a 9 out of 10 maybe, and I'm only docking 1 point because it wasn't my creation. After doing this, I realized that I really love creating my own themes. They're more special and more personal to me, but yeah, so beautiful, and I think she's so incredible to come up with a theme like this. It's so beautiful. On to March now. March was such a fun theme. This was the first month that I started creating Plan With Me videos for my YouTube channel. But in March, I was traveling through Vietnam, and so this entire spread is inspired by my trip in Vietnam. You can see all the kind of Southeast Asian inspired doodles. This was such a fun page. I don't think I shared it before, but as I traveled, I got people that I met to sign my notebook, and this was one night we were all sitting around a campfire in a more remote part of Vietnam. We were just traveling and hanging out, and everyone drew a picture of themselves. It was so much fun. I do feel like they got worse and worse as we went around the circle, but
Anyways, each spread was inspired by a different area that I traveled to. This was inspired by Sapa in the northwest of Vietnam. I trekked there for 3 days, met like amazing local people. It's one of the highlights of my whole trip, actually. This next spread was inspired by Ha Long Bay. As you can see, I didn't really use my journal very much while I was traveling. I was just too busy, but it was really fun to do the artwork. Yeah, such good memories by looking back at this now. I haven't opened this in months. This next spread is inspired by Hue. I got food poisoning in Hue, so that is what comes to mind looking at this spread, but I do really like it, and I really like the green circles here. Back at it again with my favorite spread. This is Angkor Wat in Cambodia, another place I visited. I think I did a great job, if I do say so myself, of this drawing. I of course had to simplify it a lot because Angkor Wat was just stunning and spectacular. It was so ornate. Last spread of March, this was inspired by Hoi An in Vietnam. So I just did a few different doodles of different, kind of copying different pictures I took. And this was the Lantern Festival. We got to ride out on these boats at night, and all the lanterns were lit up, and you could pay like 50 cents or something for this little like paper box with a candle in it. You could make a wish and place the candle on the river. Overall, I'm gonna score this month's theme another 9. It means so much to me, and it brings back such amazing memories. Moving on now to April. I forgot how much I like this theme. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love chess. I grew up playing chess competitively, like just, I mean, kind of for fun, like recreationally, but in tournaments and stuff. I did an all black and white theme this month. I feel like I kind of like fell apart a little bit. Like look at the last week, there's barely anything filled out. So I'm not sure if I wasn't doing anything or if I just kind of let go of bullet journaling a little bit. I clearly was trying to get back into running and also fell apart in the second half of April, and then in April, a really cool Dutch door theme. I've never really seen one like it. I'm sure someone's done it before, but it's these kind of curved Dutch doors with these tabs. So these kind of remind me of like binder tabs. And it's just kind of a cool layout because you can flip through the entire monthly spread and you can just see everything laid out right before you. I sort of forgot how much I liked it. Chess pieces are weirdly difficult to draw is what I learned from setting this up. On to May now. I feel like May is when I got a bit more serious about my YouTube channel and making themes that would work really well. So these are just a bunch of different pens I use. Like you can see I actually just like copied them directly from the actual pen. I really like this quote, not everything has to be practical. Someone said that to me and I feel like that was quite helpful to me at the time. So I just put that on the other page. I have my mood tracker and habit tracker here. I loved this page. I wish I did more of these like art pages this year. This was so much fun and I think it just looks so beautiful. And then on this page I have this area where I can just like plan out different things such as like recipes, workout, goals, etc. This was the first weekly spread. I don't know, I barely used this spread. I'm not sure what was going on that week. Yet again on this weekly spread I'm using those like papers and notebooks. So cute. I just love this. Yet again, I've done my go-to layout here. I have a bunch of washi tapes. At the time, I didn't own washi tapes, but I drew them anyways. And I remember distinctly before I colored them all in, it looked like a stack of toilet paper. And the very last page, I've done this notes page once again. I got really much more into this notes page, I think, as I realized how useful it was. I just like dump everything in there, and especially when I haven't set up the next month yet, I would just like write down plans and stuff in here that I need to transfer to the next month. This May theme I think was awesome. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, a confident 10. I just loved it. I loved looking at it at the time, loved looking at it now, and it was really popular on my channel as well. So this was a great month. Next we have June. June was the last month I did in this journal before moving into the next journal. I think this theme was quite unique as well. I haven't seen many like wine or grape themes. June was a really busy month for me. I started a new job. I had a few birthdays to attend, a wedding as well. So I had this whole spread so that I could plan some things out and see the whole month like at a glance. And I just made this layout where I have like outfits, shoes, to-do list. This was actually my first ever wedding as an adult, and I had no idea how expensive weddings are. They are not cheap, but it was so much fun. It was such a beautiful event. This was my mood tracker and habit tracker page. Wow, I forgot how much I loved this. This took me ages to draw this mood tracker. I don't often do such an elaborate one just because it takes forever, but it's so beautiful to look at. And it does kind of double as the art page that I mentioned I really liked in May because it's functional and beautiful to look at. Over here I had the first weekly spread of June. I realized I forgot to highlight that. Whoops, my bad. And I also had some space over here to plan out different areas of my life. I really like these kind of pages. I've been doing them quite a lot because they're just so helpful. Like I can kind of just jot down some ideas for recipes or workouts, for example. Not that I did that in this month, evidently, but I had the opportunity to. Oh my gosh, I hated this layout so much. I don't know what it is. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I do like this kind of hanging swing with like the rope tied there. I think that fits the theme really well. But this like ombre purple just ruins it for me. Yeah, I hate it. And I think as I was drawing, I just kind of gave up because I realized I hated it and I barely used it as well. The next spread is much, much better. It's very simple, but I do like it a lot better. This was the very last page of June. This was the first time I tried a gratitude spread and I really enjoyed it. I think it encouraged me to use my journal more. I didn't use it a ton clearly in June. I was just so busy. June was like a crazy month for me. I tried my best, but especially with the weather being nice, I just didn't bullet journal a ton this summer. But I started doing this gratitude spread more and some of them are kind of shallow, like wine and outdoor pool, but some of them are a bit more meaningful, like coworkers, I think, and going to the gym. And yeah, that was it for June. I'm gonna give June 9.5 out of 10, I think. Really, really beautiful. I just really didn't like that one spread with the ombre. That's why I'm deducting half a point for, but overall I thought it was a really great theme. So that's it for the first half of the year. There was still some pages left at the end of this bullet journal, but I just used them for like other videos and kind of like scrap paper. So yeah, that was the end of my very first bullet journal. At this point I had to buy another one and I leveled up a little bit with the paper grade. This paper is quite a bit thicker. As I mentioned, June was crazy, so I just didn't have time to work on my bullet journal as much in June. So the July setup was very, very simple. And I tried out this like geometric pattern. So July was no calligraphy, no drawing. And for the July theme, I really had been wanting to try these waterfall Dutch doors for a while, so I finally gave it a try, and I did the same triangles as I did on the cover page. It is a bit wasteful in terms of paper, I do admit, because you have to like cut every page, right? But I think it is a quick setup that does make it look very interesting with very minimal effort. Overall, this month's layout, it was so simple. It seemed like such a good idea at the time to do like a no drawing layout. I don't know, it was alright. I think I would give this setup like a 5 out of 10. The next setup in this journal is August. I really like this theme. I'd been kind of anticipating it for a while. To be honest, I don't think it quite lived up to my expectations in my mind. I really loved the camper van and the mountains, but the trees really killed it for me. You're gonna see throughout this theme, like I keep coming back to the trees. They sort of bothered me. Yeah, but I went with this like road trip, kind of like 70s camper van theme. I have this sort of like diner sign. This was such a fun page. I loved doing this bucket list. I think I checked off most of these items actually. No, I didn't do a wine tasting, but I did all the other activities, and I did the gratitude log as well, yet again. This was the first weekly spread. I guess I was busy. I barely wrote anything in here. This was the second spread. I added a few fun song lyrics, Life is a Highway and Country Roads Take Me Home. Maybe I was short on time this month in July setting this up as well or something, because I usually put art on every page. Once again, got my go-to vertical spread here. I did this like really pretty camping scene. I love the sunset. I don't know what happened there. It was this green splotch. But yeah, this spread makes me really happy and kind of redeems the trees a little bit, I think. And this was the last page. This may have been my favorite page in the entire setup actually, and that may be because there's no trees. Those trees really bother me. But overall, pretty happy with this theme. I love the camper van and I love this red color. So I would give this theme 8.5 out of 10, I think. Moving on now to September. September was inspired by a shirt. Actually, if you check out the plan with me, you'll see the actual shirt itself. In my mind, it looked amazing. On paper, looks okay. This page, I remember, took me like 2 hours to do the cover page, and I think that was the problem. It was just too ambitious. Like, I couldn't spend 2 hours on every page, and so, but at the same time, if I didn't fill the page with the doodles, I think it doesn't look very good when they're just kind of on their own. But I tried my best, and I think some of these ideas are quite cute, and I like the colors of the yellows and the browns together. I also suck at drawing people in human form, so this was a big challenge that I wanted to overcome. Overall, it was okay, this theme. I do really like the font I used, this kind of like typewriter font. I think that's quite pretty. And you can see it's like bleeding through a little bit the pages because I was using these alcohol markers that, like, if I would draw really, really fast, they wouldn't bleed too much, but it was a bit dicey, and you can see it is bleeding a little bit. I think this may have been the week where I was starting to give up a little bit on this theme. Like, this part looks nice, but it's just so blank down here, and I think I was just like losing a little bit of hope. This was a pretty cool spread because I have this Dutch door that I've added here. But yeah, I did one more human drawing here. I think I did improve a little bit, but I did find it really, really challenging actually. Overall, I think I would rate September, maybe a 6. I thought it was gonna be a 10, but yeah, it just didn't do it for me. I think I redeemed myself in October though. I am so happy with how October turned out. It's just, I wanted to do something that really gave like really cute fall vibes, and I think this 100% met my expectations. I don't often do a calendar page, but I did one this month, and I saw some ideas on Pinterest with these like kind of extra boxes around the calendar, and I think that made a big difference. I was like writing some fun lyrics, just like I had more fun with my bullet journal this month. As you can see, like, I'm actually using my journal. I think the weather was not as nice in October and I had more time to stay in. I have some like different meal planning here, content planning, some trackers here. I guess I only did 4 out of 6, but I was enjoying using this a lot more. I feel like October was the month of awesome spreads. I put a little bit more time and effort into some new types of spreads. I think this one's so cool with the like really strong brown background, and these doodles really makes it pop and makes a big statement, and it's just something new that I haven't tried before. Yet again, another new spread here, and I was enjoying like using my journal more because I have like some doodles and just like random things that were on my mind, like art should be fun. The last spread, once again, was kind of my usual, I guess. I just have a few doodles and the notes page. I'm going to give October a 10 out of 10. It blew me away, and it was so cute and fun and just so clean and elegant. And now for November, I can tell you right now, this was my favorite spread of the entire year, no questions. It was just so clean and elegant. I went with this black and white floral theme. And as a fun thing, because I always write in black, but I ended up writing in purple. And I think it just looks so beautiful. Purple is one of my favorite colors, but I think it contrasts really well with the black and white. But I have my usual page for planning, first weekly spread, kind of as usual, but I think it's so like elegant and striking with the black and white, something very different than what I've done before. As you can see, I was enjoying my journal a lot more. I was even kind of like coloring the doodles a little bit. I have this all black spread. I was using a white gel pen for this setup. Looked so awesome. This spread was super cool. I love this like band with the doodles kind of sticking out, and I have my Black Friday shopping list here, a bunch of different things I wanted to get. And then this last page, I love the like moving from black to white. I'm gonna give November an 11 out of 10 because 100% without question, it's my all-time favorite theme. And finally, we're going to December. I'm actually, at the time I'm filming this, it was like early December, so I actually haven't really written anything in December yet, and I've just set up December, but I've done this like ornaments and wreath theme. I added the wreath because I knew that if I just did ornaments, I would get bored. This was also my first month using washi tapes. I bought some new washi tapes. Holy, they are so expensive. What is up with that? Yeah, I don't love the bright red. The dark red was definitely the way to go. But I was a bit lazy, to be honest, and I already set up this bright red, so that was a mistake. I should have done dark red. Like, I fixed it over here with this paper. But yeah, I have my holiday bucket list. I'm going to be filling that in during the month, and then I have my weekly spreads. And I think I would have gotten a bit bored if it was just ornaments, so the wreaths was a good element, I think, to add. last page, and then I have this like goodbye page. This one's so fun. I'm gonna give December, I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I don't know what it is. I don't love it as much as my other themes. I think partly it was the bright red that really turned me off, and also like the ornaments were a little bit basic, I guess, but it does put me in a holiday mood, so I'll give it a 7. And that is all. That is 1 year in my life of bullet journaling.
And that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed watching me flip through this journal. This year of bullet journaling meant so much to me, and I'm so glad to be able to share it with you guys. I would love to know in the comments which month's theme was your favorite. I know I have my personal favorites, but I would love to know which one you guys liked the most. If you enjoyed watching me flip through my 2023 bullet journal, don't forget to hit the like button below. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. And enjoy the rest of your holiday season and have a very happy new year. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends!